Good morning. Thanks for joining me for today's edition of Status Hearing. We're going to start on the back with some breathing. As we normally do, I'm going to encourage you to really get in touch today with those lines of energy. And again, I'm going to focus on the front internal and the rear internal lines of energy. I want to point out that this is a system for managing your body. This is a system for managing movement. It's a system for helping you find somewhere to begin. It's not, I don't want to say that anything's right or wrong. It's one way. So when we lie down, let's begin by taking some breaths, and you can breathe as rapidly or as slowly as is appropriate for you. But see if you can first start by just listening to silence. So just see what sound can you hear that sounds like it's the very furthest away that you could hear. Perhaps you notice that there are a lot more sounds to hear than you were aware of. As you lie here and listen to sound, can you feel your body sink into the floor? Can you feel your shoulders sink into the floor? Just make them heavy. Can you feel your spine sink into the floor? Can you exhale all the way to the end and feel the pelvic floor lift at the end, causing you to take another breath? And then feel the pelvic floor swelling as the sides swell, as the upper portion of your body cavity swells, as it swells forward and back. All of this happening when you breathe in. And you don't have to push it out. You'll find a point where there's nothing. Actually, you will have to a little bit at the end. You'll find a point, however, where there's nothing left. And you can't go any further. Why can't I go any further? Well, my pelvic floor is pulling up into my body because there's a vacuum in my body right now. It's pulling up as high as it can go. The vacuum, there's no more air. There can't be any more air, or you wouldn't inspire. Breathe in. So the inspiration is a natural function of a full expiration, which are just old-fashioned terms for inhaling and exhaling. So breathe in, and I frequently pass over the inspiration. The inspiration can be inspiring. Fill the belly, fill the sides, fill the back, the chest. Can you breathe into the upper back? When you inhale, fill the body. And when you exhale, all the way out. Notice how you hit the bottom. There's your vacuum. And that's what instantaneously pulls the air back in. So here's a challenge for you. Can you breathe yourself? What does that mean? Of course I can breathe myself. Can you sit back and not make an effort to can you sit back and just, it's hard to do. Let the body take over and let the body breathe you. Of course it will. We'll start with a little bit of more conscious activity now, because part of this program is to help you awaken and get ready for your day. So if we've been quiet all night, sometimes breathing exercises like that right off the bat make us tired again and want to go back to bed. So we'll make this a little more active now. Exhaling, pulling the belly down and feeling, see if you can pull in through the sides of your waist. All the way out. Inhale, exhale. Pull in through the stomach, the belly, the sides, and the back. Inhale, fill the belly, the pelvic floor, the waist, the chest, the back of the chest. Exhale, gently tuck or press the chest down toward the spine and the ribs and the belly. And finally, feel the pelvic floor at the very end and fill it all up again. So the inhalation is passive, but the exhalation can be as active as you like. And making it active may help you wake your body up a little. So let's make it a little more active. Press your feet into the floor. As you exhale, press your head toward the wall and feel your spine grounding into the floor. As you inhale, you're going to feel your back wanting to arch a little bit. That's okay. Go ahead and allow that to happen. And think about it. If your back arches a little bit, there's a little more space back there for your back to expand. So inhale, press with your feet, press with your navel, press with your chest and ribs. Exhale. And from here, let's extend the right leg. Extend the right leg. Bring the left knee into the chest. And from here, if you rest your hands on the floor, think about lengthening through the leg, pulling it back up to the chest. Lengthen through the leg. And you have to hold that leg a little bit, unless you have a slippery floor. So we're exhaling because we're shortening. And now we're inspiring because we're lengthening or making our bodies bigger in all different directions. And then go ahead and keep that left leg Now left knee in toward the chest. Keep breathing. Inspire. And then exhale. Expire. And all we're doing is just changing the body position, but staying with that breath, inhaling up the spine and exhaling down the front midline of the body. So when I exhale, that's my effort phase. So that's when I want to, if I'm going to, that's when I want to try to bring this knee a little higher. That's when I want to maybe lengthen through the front of my hip. Inhaling, opening, exhaling, effort. Trying to stretch a little bit. And as you're stretching here, can you pull your left knee away from your right shoulder? And does that help you to feel more sensation in the abdominals? On your next inspiration, let's switch legs. So opposite leg, I'm just going to pull it in and then gently extend it out. Pull it in, gently extend it out. You can go as fast or as slow as you like. Just notice that you need a little bit of effort for this. And also notice if you've left out your opposite side. Can you keep that opposite side involved? Let's bring the knee in, lace the fingers around the shin. Use your non-dominant hand on top this time. We inhale and feel everything lengthen and fill. Even the belly kind of pushes the knee away from the body. We exhale. Inhale, everything lengthens. That's your stretch phase. Okay? We're trying to open up the joints so that the breath can reach the joints. Exhale, we're practicing contracting the joints so we can breathe out as forcefully as possible if we want to. So inhale, fill, exhale. Can you feel that opposite, that extended leg? It's still stabilizing you on the floor. And as you exhale next, can you think about pulling your right knee away from your left shoulder? And perhaps that helps you to notice your inner thighs a little bit more. Another nice deep breath. As we exhale, we'll gently release that knee. Bring both knees in toward the chest. Wrap the arms around the knees. You can reach for your knees using your hands. You can grab opposite wrists. You can grab opposite elbows. Exhale. See if you can crunch your body up as small as possible. Inhale. Exhale. Crunch. Inhale. One more time. Exhale. Crunch. Now, as we inhale, we're opening up here. See if you can rest your head on the floor. Notice that my shoulders are not resting on the floor. So I've got a lot of tightness in my own shoulders, as I've said several times. So I can't really demonstrate the perfect anatomy here because I don't have it. What I can do is widen through my collarbones. And when I widen through my collarbones, I feel those knees pushing against my elbows. So I'm going to really hold on firmly with my hands so that I can anchor myself. I can anchor one end of the joint. I'm going to anchor the knees here, and the joint that I'm going to stretch is my hip joint. So now, as I exhale, I'm going to think about pulling my lower back, pulling my sacral spine down to the floor. But I have to hold on with my knees, because if I let go, then there's no stretch in my back. So inhale, exhale. pull your sacral spine down toward the floor, and maybe you notice your shoulders hunching up. If they are, see if you can relax them. Inhale, fill everything. Exhale. Press the tailbone toward the floor, maybe pressing the back of the neck. So I'm going to exaggerate this just so that you know what I'm doing here. Exhaling. And now, see how this feels when you press your knees and ankles and feet together. Did that make things a little harder? Did it make things easier? Did you notice any new sensations? Perhaps in the pelvic floor, in the inner thighs. Change it up this time. Press your knees into your elbows. And you need to be careful when you do this, because when you do it, if you're not mindful, you're going to let your feet go. When you press your knees into your elbows, push your feet out, the outside edges of your feet. Push them out so you can feel the lower, so you can feel the feet line up with the outside of the knee. So I'm pushing the knees into the arm. I'm pushing the feet out. Again, exhale, flatten the spine toward the floor. Inhale, relax with the spine. Exhale. Inhale, relax everything. Here we go again. Now push out with the knees and feet and down with the pubic bones. So when I say push with the tailbone, I should say push the tailbone, because it's the pubic bones that are pushing the tailbone down. Let's do two more. And one. Actually, let's keep doing that. Focus on the two pubic bones. As you exhale, remember your collarbone is pressing down on your two pubic bones. You're driving energy down. That's your front energy line. So circle the energy at your pelvic floor. That's where when I say circle, we're just going to start breathing back up. We're going to make a circle down the center and up the spine around to the crown of the head and down the center again. So when we inhale, we're lifting up from our tailbone. We're lengthening our head away from our tailbone. As we exhale, I'm pressing my chest down toward my pubic bones, pressing my pubic bones down toward my sits bones, and that's what's helping me press my tailbone to the floor. So inhale, exhale. Focus specifically on lengthening down, lengthening the pubic bones away from the collarbones. Exhale, lengthen down. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, lengthen down. Inhale, lengthen up. And I'm just exaggerating this. On your next inhalation, you'll relax. Hopefully you're starting to feel that in your sacral spine region. Let's cross the legs, take the right over the left, and let's just let the knees side to side. Remember again, you could do this with a little less attention, and you're probably going to feel your arms moving with your body, which is natural. If you want to enhance this stretch, go ahead and pin that right upper arm, the back of the arm, the back of the forearm, pin that right where it is, and now begin to twist away from it. So the right arm, it's staying in place. Now, wait a minute, Beth. I'm contracting my arm to hold it in place. Yes, you are, because you cannot stretch
one set of muscles without contracting another. So if we don't focus on anything, then we don't really get a stretch or a contraction. If we focus on, again, pressing with the back of the arm, back of the shoulder, and anchor, that's our rubber band. And now we're going to stretch the rubber band in the opposite direction. Oh, wow, that feels good. Again, I want to let my shoulder come up. No, no, no. If I can't go any further without popping my shoulder up, I so strongly encourage you not to go any further. See what this feels like. On your next inhalation, we'll come back to the center. Come side to side again. And this time we'll just drop over. I'm sorry, we're going to uncross the legs.
So cross the legs so that the opposite leg's on top.
Turn your attention to your left arm. Left arm is nice and wide here. Anchor the upper part of your left arm, upper part of your arm, back of your forearm. And now we're going to hold that in place as we just let the body tip to the right. Be careful here. It's going to be very tempting to want to arch the back. If you arch the back, that means you've kind of given up on your exhalation, or you're just not focusing, okay? What we want to focus on is still pulling the pubic bone toward the sits bone. That's going to help with that back arch. So keep pulling the pubic bone toward the sits bone as you let the body twist. So as you exhale, think about driving the energy down the midline, down the files, maybe pushing into this twist a little harder. As you inhale, feel the body fill, re-anchor your arm, exhale, twist. Inhale. Now, if you're making an effort to twist, back off the effort to twist, tuck, and just focus on tucking the tailbone. I'm sorry, just focus on sending energy down and pulling your pubic bones away from your collarbones. Just send energy straight down. Now, I don't know about you. I feel a lovely stretch in my hip. And that I only got that by engaging the abdomen. So it's not always real straightforward. The other thing that was needed was to anchor one end of this joint so that when I stretch in the opposite end, this doesn't come with me. Again, think about a rubber band. You can't stretch it if you don't hold one end down. Or you can pull in opposite directions. So we do that a lot too. Sometimes I'll tell you, pull out through your arm in that direction and twist in the opposite direction. That too feels pretty good. Let's bring the arms above the head. So I'm just going to rest my arms over my head, wherever it's comfortable. And I'm going to grab I'm going to use my right hand to grab my left two fingers. As I exhale, again, pulling my pubic bones away from my collarbones and pressing into the floor and pulling my elbows apart. Inhale, lengthening up, feeling myself really get a good long stretch in the spine. Exhale, send the energy down. So you could yank on your fingers really, really hard. That's fine. feel though, when you draw those pubic bones down, it forces you to pull your shoulders down. Wherever you are, go ahead and release hands. Just change sides now so that both arms get a little bit of time yanking on the other. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, pull down those pubic bones. Again, it's sort of like making an effort to pull them away from my collarbone, to make this shoot down all the way to my feet. And then inhale and release. Allow your body to settle here. Bring your arms to whatever position is comfortable for you. And see what sensations you notice. You might notice inner thighs. Check in. Outer thighs. Outsides of the knees. Insides of the knees. I will say I am feeling a lot of sensation at the very base of my transverse abdominis. That's that sheet of muscle that runs from the breastbone down to the pubic bones. So when that gets tight, I can't stand up tall. I need to stretch that. And I need to fix one end of it, the top or the bottom. I recommend that you fix the top and stretch it down toward your feet. And you could do this in Shavasana. You can also just feel into your body where your shoulders hunched up. We're going to finish out the class running those circles again. And I call it running circles, where we're just, and I really recommend for now that you just run the circle from the tops of the shoulders to the groin, back or up the back, down the front. So shoulders to groin. And see if you can feel energy. Now, what does she mean? Well, I'm not talking in my head. I'm trying to feel. I'm trying to direct. What does she mean? Quiet the voice in your head. Feel. 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 Feel what? I'm running in circles. Feel it. Don't talk it. We've reached the end of our time today. Bring yourself back from Shavasana in whatever way feels comfortable. Roll to one side whenever you're ready. Then bring yourself back to a sitting position. So that may have been really obnoxious. Feel, feel, feel. But something may have clicked. And instead of your head running, you got out of your head and into your body. Now, as soon as you, wait, I'm not doing it right. Oh, you just went back into your head. Feel. That's where we're going. It might make sense. It might not make sense. It might not make sense today, and it will make sense tomorrow. Keep coming back. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day today. Namaste.